Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Read-Alouds with Empowered Tutoring. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our new stories. Today we are reading What's the Recipe for Friends by Greg Williamson, illustrated by Greg Abel. When Freddy and his family moved to a new town, he got to bring his frog Ferdinand, but he did have to leave his old house, his old school, and his old friends behind. Freddy and his family moved into a nice new house. He got to see his new school. It was cool, but one thing made Freddy worry. "Will I make new friends?" Freddy asked his mom. "Of course," she told him. "I don't know if the kids in class will like me, though, and I don't know how to make new friends," Freddy explained. "Then I will show you the recipe for friends," his mom answered. "I'll look for it while you and Ferdinand unpack your toys." In his room, Freddy sat with Ferdinand and felt confused. "How will a recipe help me to make friends?" he thought to himself. "What would the ingredients be? How would I mix them together? Do I bake it? Do I cook it?" But all Ferdinand said was, "Ribbit, ribbit." Freddy thought about the recipes he knew. He could make macaroni and cheese. First, his mom put water in a pot and got it hot on the stove. Next, Freddy got to pour in the whole box of noodles. When the noodles were cooked, his mom poured them in a special big bowl with little holes. The bowl let the water go down the drain, but not the noodles. Then it was Freddy's job to put in a big spoonful of butter, a cupful of milk, and the packet of cheese. Last, Freddy stirred it all up and the macaroni and cheese was done. He could almost taste it now. Freddy still wanted to know, what's the recipe for friends? Can I really make friends? Will my mom find it? But all Ferdinand said was, "Ribbit, ribbit." Freddy knew the recipe for chocolate chip cookies, too. His mom mixed in 2 big scoops of flour with a big scoop of sugar. Next, Freddy cracked open 2 eggs and dropped them in. Then he dropped in a whole stick of butter. The last ingredient was a big bag of chocolate chips. Once these went in, Freddy stirred it all up. After that, he scooped spoonfuls of dough onto the cookie sheet one by one. When he was done, his mom put them in the oven to bake. He could almost smell them baking. Freddy still wanted to know, what's the recipe for friends? Will my mom ever find it? But all Ferdinand said was, "Ribbit, ribbit." When Freddy's mom finally called him for lunch, Freddy and Ferdinand hopped full speed down the stairs. A smile slowly spread across his face when he saw a big cookbook in his mom's hands. The words quickly shot from Freddy's mouth. "Do you have it? Is it really the recipe for friends?" "It is," his mom said, "and I think you have all the ingredients." Freddy couldn't wait to find out the ingredients. "Tell me, what do I use?" he asked anxiously. "Well, it looks like we'll need ingredients like politeness, kindness, and sharing." Now Freddy was really confused. He was sure that things like politeness, kindness, and sharing didn't come in a box, carton, or jar. How could they be used in a recipe? But his mom was always right, so he listened as she read. "The first ingredient is a spoonful of kindness." "But where do I find kindness?" Freddy asked. "You have it inside you, dear," his mom said. "I've seen you use it. Just think." Freddy thought. "Like when I say nice things or do nice things for other people?" he wondered out loud. "That's right," his mom said. "The next ingredient is a big scoop of politeness." "A scoop of polite?" Freddy asked. "Do you mean like when I say please and thank you, or when I listen without interrupting?" "Right again," Freddy's mom said. "You also need 2 cups of sharing." "I get it," Freddy announced. "I share my ball at the park and I share my markers at school." "Yes, and don't forget a pinch of taking turns," his mom reminded. "Like on the swings or when I'm playing video games?" "You've got it," his mom said. "But there are some ingredients that could spoil the recipe, like teasing, hitting, whining, tattling, or complaining. Try not to let these get mixed into the recipe." Freddy was excited about using all of the ingredients when school started. That weekend seemed to last forever. When school finally started on Monday, Freddy used all of his ingredients all day long, listening to other students tell about their summers and cheering for his team at lunch. But when the day ended, he walked home alone. Tuesday came and Freddy was following the recipe's directions, waiting his turn at the fountain and sharing his cookies at lunch. But after school, Freddy sat with his only friend, Ferdinand. I wonder if this recipe really makes friends. I don't have any yet. I'll mix even more ingredients tomorrow. Wednesday was waiting and Freddy was ready, being polite, kind, and sharing all day long. But after the school bell, Freddy's walk home all alone seemed even farther. Even Ferdinand hopping down the driveway didn't cheer him up. He could hear everyone else having fun. As he opened the door, his mom was already asking, "How was your day?" He had to tell how he really felt. "Mom, I'm using all the ingredients you told me, but I'm not making any friends." "Don't give up yet," his mom said. "I'm sure you will have friends before you know it." On Thursday, he still used all the ingredients, but he was starting to think about the long walk home. Just then, a boy named Billy walked up and said, "You live in that new house right by me. We can walk home after school." Could it be? Could the recipe really be working? Friday, Freddy had a lot more fun following the recipe. After lunch, he noticed a note on his desk. "Freddy, do you want to come over and play with me and Joey? Billy." The recipe really did work. Freddy made new friends.